It's Wednesday, October 21st. My name is Scott, and this is Relevantly Speaking. Hi everybody, welcome to this week's show. For those of you that made the trip to Blog World, hopefully you had a safe trip back home and your blood alcohol level is returned to normal. Yes, good times in Las Vegas. As usual, there were a lot of people to talk to at the expo and some great technology companies. I wrote a blog post with my take on the whole thing, and you can find it over at blog.mediatrust.com. Now, so while I was there, I got to shoot some really cool interviews. We talked to people like Howard Greenstein, who had some really interesting thoughts on building community. We also spoke to our very own Christopher Smith about why he was there to do cause marketing work. You'll see lots of these great interviews over the coming weeks, but this week we're talking to Missy Reitner from 3i Design. Now, throughout the Media Trust offices, we've been talking a lot lately about the power that design has on company branding and how it affects consumers in making purchase decisions. Let's take a look.
3i Design is a studio, a small design studio based in San Luis Obispo, California. We specialize in identity and brand work. We also do a lot of work with food and beverage and in the arts and in the cause media space. Well, just like with any product you're trying to push, design is a key element. If you're going to have something that's an actual physical piece, it has to be well designed. It has to grab someone's eye. With the internet space in general, it needs to be very clear. There needs to be very clear direction in the design, and you want to make sure that people understand your brand, because your brand has to translate from not, you don't have the benefit of a retail space or things like that. You need to really be able, this is your retail space. So you need to make sure that you're giving them an experience. You want to make sure people understand how to move through the design and what the design is saying. You want to make sure you've tested it. Whether when we do branding, we're really big on testing as far as and research with the elements. And I think that making sure that you do that kind of brand research, even if it's just for a website, is really important. Making sure that your palette, that everything is cohesive. Having a cohesive brand that's easy to navigate is really important. I think it's not researching and it's not testing their brand, and it's not spending the time to really understand the market and who their target audience actually is. And I think that's a really important thing. And a lot of people don't, I think, understand the value of branding and marketing. Anybody can open Photoshop now and make a logo, and it's a lot more than that. It's experience, and that's what you want. You want people to know that there's some validity behind your brand. So we run into that a lot.
Now, how much time do you spend really branding your products? Have your landing pages been tested? Could they be converting better? Maybe Missy and her team can help. Visit 3idesign.com. Now, finally today, Ad Age is reporting on the death of the average consumer. Demographics expert Peter Francis says the average American has been replaced by a complex, multidimensional society that defies simplistic labeling. The report is called 2010 America, and it draws its conclusions based on data from the upcoming 2010 National Census. You can get more details in this week's weekly Intel report over at our blog. That's our show for this week. My name is Scott. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next week.